White Igniters. I now have some time to talk about your agenda on YouTube. Now, for a while, I let you slide because you really wasn't a top priority of mine. But I knew in the back of my mind that one day I was going to have to make this video. And today's that day. I'm ready to call you out. I see that your motive is to raise awareness of black on white crimes, but seriously, you have a racist agenda. Whether you want to admit it or not, you do. And I have a lot that I need to get off my chest, so this may end up being a two-parter. We'll see. Now, what I'm about to say in this video, I believe it can be debunked, but I do believe that it's going to take a lot of research, and you're going to have to provide some strong, valid evidence and proof to what I'm about to say in order for you to debunk it. And to any of your so-called followers, your subscribers, who happen to check out this video, or any of the white power activists, or those who just hate black people with so much passion, if you're going to come at me by attacking my character, please feel free to do so, okay? Because all you're doing is just proving my point. Like, that's the best you can do for a rebuttal. And you can rate this a 1 star if y'all want to. I'm not going to get offended. I really could care less, because what I say still stands, and it just shows that you don't have anything to prove that I'm wrong. Okay, so let's get into it. White Igniters. 2 things that you stated I agree with you on. One of them is the black on white crimes, they need to decease. And the other one is, I hate to admit it, but you are right about this, is that the black community, they do let the black on white crimes go unchallenged. And I was going to disagree with you on that, because I was going to use the example of how you had the 4 black Marines murder this interracial couple, and how you had black women on YouTube making videos about how they was displeased and how they thought it was a very, what monsters they claim these black men were. But then I sat back and I said to myself, the only reason they really bringing this story up is because the black woman was killed in the process. And if this black woman wasn't killed, they wouldn't even bother to bring the story up. So I will agree with you that the black community, they do let these black and white crimes go unchallenged, but also you have to look at the white community and how they let the white on black crimes go unchallenged also. Y'all are guilty as well. Neither one are angels in the matter. So let's continue on. As I said, you do have a racist agenda. Now, why do I believe that? Well, look at your videos, man. Your videos only show white people becoming victims when the accusers are black. You never have videos of white on white crimes. I mean, white people are victims of their own race also, but you never have any videos about that. Don't you think the victims' families who may catch your videos, or the victims' friends who catch your videos, they would like to see you raise awareness of their deceased family members or friends that was murdered by a white person? I mean, you ever thought about that? You ever thought how distasteful it is when there are a lot of white on white crimes and they're not put out on the mainstream either? But you don't focus too much on the white on white crimes, but you focus so much on black on white crimes. It's like that in itself just shows that you're a complete hypocrisy. You talk about how the media is protecting the image of black on white crimes. What are they protecting if the black accusers are found innocent, or they didn't commit the crimes due to lack of evidence? And when they are found guilty, the media, they let their ass have it. So I disagree with you on that. You act as if every white on black crime is broadcast on the mainstream media and they overlook the black on white crimes. I mean, there are white on black crimes that's not even broadcast on the mainstream media either. Most of the white on black on white crimes are reported either locally or they may not even reach the mainstream public. Reality is, regardless of race, there is always a crime that is committed, and unfortunately, there are stories that the media may deem as more important than these crimes that's discussed on a local scale. You understand? I mean, hell, there have been decades and decades of white on black crimes, but honestly, how many of them have been heard on a national scale? You feel like the media do disjustice on the black on white crimes, but I disagree with you on that. Especially when you had the so-called trial of the century, O.J. Simpson. There have been white on black crimes that have not gained mainstream media attention. In Baltimore, Maryland, three white guys beat up a 76-year-old black man. Did that get a lot of attention? In Morrow, Georgia, a white man attacked a black woman in Crackle Barrel in front of her daughter. Did that get any media attention? In Houston, Texas, three white men attacked a black man who was selling ice cream. Did that get a lot of media attention? No, they didn't. So we don't get massive coverage story on white on black crimes all the time either. I mean, you talk about the media doesn't do any justice for white people who are victims of black on white crimes. Wow. That's not all the way true because check this out. How come when a white man commits a heinous crime, the media, whether it's the internet or the TV, they say a man murdered such and such, but they don't mention his race if it's a white man. But when a black man does it, they say an African American man murdered such and such, a black man murdered such and such. I mean, I can understand if the accuser is not caught and then you have to give a detailed description. But why, when the person is apprehended, they give out the race description that it was a black man, but they don't say when they don't say that it's a white man when he's apprehended. So yes, honestly, you do have a racist agenda because you raise awareness of only black on white crimes. But for example, when Casey Anthony was murdered by her mother, you didn't say a damn thing. That's why I believe your motives have a racist agenda behind it. If you're civil rights, but you're excluding the ones who are victims of white on white crimes, you're doing your own people wrong by not acknowledging them in your videos. You don't consider the victim's family and friends who may check out your videos and they see that you're only raising awareness of the black on white crimes, but you don't consider the fact that there are white on white crimes. So yes, that right there just shows that you have a racist agenda. You act like every white person is a victim to an accuser who is black, and that's not always the case. You fail to look at the white on white crimes. If you're for your white people, then you will also raise awareness about white on white crimes. So yes, hypocrite, make videos about that too.